Chirp me out, bitches. We got Wyshmaster in the building. Make sure you guys say what's up, man. Give a warm welcome to my boy.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, Bubba. I'm doing good. Got any new projects you wouldn't mind sharing with us that you're able to share?
Yeah, I got Tech Nine's new single featuring Stevie Stone, KAAN, and UBI of Ces Cru. So
Nice.
that comes out on I think next Friday. What is that? May 2nd or something?
Yeah, somewhere around then.
Yeah. So right now, I basically did like more than half of Tech Nine's new album coming out. It's his collaboration album. He hasn't done, I think, one in like I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years or something like that.
Yeah, his last collabos.
Yeah,
he was doing. Yeah, that's pretty
so
badass.
I've been working with him, working with Jerry Robinson, Joey Cool, X-Rated. So I've been doing a lot of strange music stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I just had Jerry Robinson on a couple days ago, man. He's good people.
Yeah, man. Jerry's my head. He's like my little brother, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we was talking about he gave me this advice, man, that he said that if I'm not mistaken, his dad or grandfather gave him why go 80 when you can go 100, dude. And I can just relate to that on so many levels and shit, man. So is there anything you're working on outside of music at the moment, or is it just strictly straight to studio?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on as far as like, yeah, I mean, I'm an investor in crypto. I mean, that's a big thing I do.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think what else. I got something that's coming soon, but I don't want to put it out there until it happens. But I might be starting a record label. Just put it that way. So.
Shit, dude, that's awesome.
Well, we'll see if it happens. See if it comes. If it comes together, then I'll announce it. But yeah, I'll put it out there. It's getting pretty close to doing something. So.
Hell yeah! Well, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for dropping that bomb, dude. I had no idea. That's awesome. I see you've been doing a lot of stuff with Chris Calico lately, and especially with those Chris and Wish packs. Oh, they're my favorite.
Yeah, he's my brother too, man. Me and Chris are so much alike, dude. It's insane.
That's awesome. If you could work with anybody like dead or alive, man, who do you think it would be? To be honest, you know what I mean?
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson for sure.
Okay.
Definitely one of my favorite artists. I mean, there's so many people alive, man. I mean, Eminem, I'd love to work with. I actually almost got to work with Eminem, which is crazy. So I did a song with Tech Nine for his I think it was All Sixes and Sevens album. I think that's what the album called. So there's a song on there called So Lonely, and Eminem was supposed to be on it, and I guess he didn't get it done in time, so it ended up being a guy named Blind Fury, which is a dope
Blind Fury. Oh man,
yeah, which is really cool. But it was supposed to be Eminem on there, but I guess he didn't get his verse in time. But yeah, man, definitely Eminem would be. He's one of my favorites for sure. Michael Jackson, as far as like just like worldly, you know.
Mm-hmm. That would have been wild, dude. Having him on So Lonely. Oh, it's already such a dope ass track.
I know. Yeah, dude, that would have been awesome.
So
Blind Fury is definitely amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I talked to him and Joshua. I'm pretty sure he's his publicist. He's got some stuff coming up in Ohio. But where'd you get your start from, dude? Like, where'd Wyshmaster begin?
So basically, I started. I'm from Chicago originally. I started as a DJ in Chicago, so that's how I basically got into music. I mean, I've always listened to music. I always loved I listen to NWA. I mean, even Janet Jackson. I think Janet Jackson was like my first album I bought.
Really?
There was Rhythm Nation. Yeah, I'm pretty old. But I got into DJing in Chicago, and then it was while I was DJing. I think I was doing a club, and I remember playing a song, and I remember the reaction of the crowd, and I remember thinking to myself, this is amazing that this music is making them move to this music, but I want to create that music. I don't want to just play the music. I want to create the music that they're actually like vibing to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I got into beat making, and I was really into like Dr. Dre, Timberland, Neptunes, and I really 3 6 Mafia, big time. I just started like, basically, I wouldn't call it biting, but that's where I learned from. I just would listen to like Timberland's beats and Neptunes and Dr. Dre, and I would just see how they put stuff together. And then I started creating my own beats. And then I started getting known online because I started posting beats online. It used to be called mp3.com, which was like the first SoundClick.
Oh,
So
wow. No, I remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. So it like died right when I got into it. But it was like, and then it went right to the SoundClick. But basically, I was putting all these, and I was known as like the dude who did Dr. Dre and Timberland beats. Like everybody's like, oh, this dude Wyshmaster, he does Timberland and Dr. Dre beats. So I basically blew up online, man. And then from that, I got so big that a lot of just companies and artists and everybody started hearing about it. It was like word of mouth, you know what I mean? And they
Mhm.
just started hitting me up and saying like, "Yeah, dude, I want to work with you." So I ended up working with like Ludacris,
Wow.
Nelly, and Midway Games. I did a game called NBA Ballers, which I did most of the soundtrack. So just like
Was that like
crazy
the
stuff
street
came to
basketball
me.
game?
Yeah, it was like it was the first one of a kind basketball game where it's not you played basketball, but you also got to level up. Like it was about being a baller, right? Like it was
Like
like gold
dunking in their
chains
faces
and
and shit.
diamonds, and yeah, your houses, you got mansions and all that cool
Oh,
shit. So
shit.
cars, yeah. So it was cool, man, because that was like my first experience of like actually doing like scoring, I guess you'd call it, for a video game where I actually like watched scenes and stuff and got to like make the music. And yeah, and I even kept my tag in there. So people still to this day will be like, man, I used to play NBA Ballers and I used to hear Wishmaster beats in the background, like while they're playing the
Oh,
game and shit. So it was pretty
that's
cool.
kick-ass, dude.
So from there, man, I just blew up and started working with a ton of people. I've lived everywhere, man. I'm originally from Chicago, but I lived in St. Louis when I was working with Nelly. Lived in LA, and then I started a school program in St. Louis. I was the first one to put a beat program in a college.
Really?
And then I put my own program where it's like all my music program in Nashville. So that's where I live right now. So yeah,
Oh,
I've
that's
been
dope.
around, man. Yeah, and I actually I stopped doing the online thing for many years because I got really bad advice from people in LA. I won't even say any names, but some management kind of told me you need to get away from that online shit. Like you don't want to be known as an online producer, and it's like that's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, because like,
Yeah,
y
because
your
it's
whole
huge, right?
yeah, yeah,
And
exactly, dude.
if I would have kept it, I would have probably had the biggest website in the world for like beats because I'm one of the originators of online licensing. So that would have been like crazy for me. But I stopped. But I came back to it. I think about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And yeah, man, I love it. That's one of my favorite things to do is like help independent artists like be able to do the thing. And like you said with the artist packs, I'm the first one to do a artist pack, with actually featured artists that are like actually in the business and stuff. So it's cool, man. So yeah, that's where I am today, man. I'm still helping out independent artists. I'm still online. I'm still doing placements with bigger artists too as well. So
Yeah, you kicked that door wide the fuck open, dude. Like, there's so many producers doing that same thing now, and it all
yeah,
originated with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's wild, dude. And you're Grammy nominated. That
yeah,
was for "I'm on a Boat," wasn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, in my story that happened too. I was actually in Nelly's studio working with him on his project, and then an A&R from Universal came in and I think it was Universal. I might have the wrong record label, but anyways, whatever they're signed to, maybe it was Def Jam, but they came in. They were looking for beats for a certain artist in East St. Louis that they were kind of like just scoping out, and then I gave them a bunch of beats, and that ended up going to Lonely Island. And yeah, man, I'm on a Boat came out, so that's crazy. I didn't even know what it was going to be. I didn't even know who they were. As a song it's supposed to be like a joke and stuff, it ended up like really blowing up. Like even like in Miami, it was like the anthem of everybody who had a boat. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like that's what they would play. So
Yeah.
I have a boat too, man. That's why I play it all the time.
Oh, that's
It's
kick
funny.
ass, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
when I first saw that, because I'll be honest with you, man. When I first heard it, I didn't know who produced it, and then it was just maybe a couple months ago I had seen that, dude, and I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. I was like,
right,
that's so awesome, dude. You know what I'm saying? You just
right, dude.
you're covering all these genres, man, outside of music and stuff too, dude. Like
Yeah.
or not outside of music, but just all realms of music in a sense, you know
Right,
what I'm
right, right.
saying?
Yeah.
So what all commercials have you done, dude? I saw you doing commercials as well.
Yeah, like TV commercial type stuff, or
I just saw I read in depth of your
oh, okay,
Wikipedia,
yeah.
and
I
it
mean,
just
I've done
yeah.
like, dude, like, so that's basically like sync placements. I've done like Kmart commercials.
Mhm.
Um, I've done movie soundtracks and stuff like that, movie trailers, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, anybody who wants to get into music, man, like there's like such a wide variety of what you can do. So like, is like sometimes like when artists come to me, like, man, what do I do? Like, I just want to blow up as an artist. And I said, dude, I 100% I want you to blow up as an artist, but there's also other avenues, man. Why don't you pitch your songs to either other people or for TV commercials or movies or video games and stuff? Because that's a way you can make income from your songs, and then you get noticed from that. And then people are like, who's this? There's a lot of people that actually got noticed from being in movies or TV shows or whatever that people look it up like, damn, what does this song come from? You can look on Google and see like all the searches for certain songs. Like even I'll look up, so I'm like, damn, who is this? This is like on some TV show I'm watching on Netflix or something, and I'll go download it. So like there's so many avenues, and that's called sync placements, and like so I have a lot of those as well. And there's a huge avenue for that.
Yeah, you offer a lot to upcoming artists and stuff, man. I will say that you definitely stick your neck out for a lot of up and comers, man, and I can commend that and respect that.
I appreciate that, man. I try. I try to do what I can.
Of course. If you could give one piece of advice for upcoming artists who aren't trying to sell out in a sense, you know what I'm saying? What's the best advice you can give to upcoming artists as opposed to wanting to establish their brand and get to that next, plateau of their career?
So, and I always say this, like, no matter who asks me, I always say, like you just said, branding. You got to brand yourself. You got to like make your brand known, right? And you do that by marketing. There's branding and there's marketing. So most artists, even producers, trying to get out there in music, they don't market themselves. All they do is they make music and they expect people to just pick it up and be like, oh, I'm just, I'm gonna sit in my basement and make beats, and then all of a sudden somebody's gonna discover me. Like, it does not work like that. You have to market. So that's my biggest advice, is learn how to market yourself. And like when I came up in the game, like I didn't have YouTube. Like you can go on YouTube right now and even search how do I market myself as an artist or as a rapper or as a singer or whatever. And so many things come up, and yeah, there's gonna be a lot of trash. You know what I mean? You have to kind of like cipher through it and stuff, but you'll find some good content of like teaching you like how to actually market yourself. Like how do I, like, even building an email list. Like I was talking to an artist the other day, and he was asking me my advice. He's like, man, what's the first thing I do? I said, are you collecting like emails? Like, are you like giving something away or to collect these, or even asking people to sign up for a mailing list? They're like, no, isn't that for like products? I said, are you not a product?
Right, you gotta sell
well,
yourself.
I mean, I am. I'm an artist. I'm like, yeah, but you're a product too, right? You're trying to sell a product. You're trying to sell an album or a single or something or some merch or whatever. He's like, yeah, I guess you're right. I said, so you have to treat it yourself as a brand or as a product.
As such.
So you should be collecting email addresses, man. And like, because once you build that up, like, you got to think about it. Social media is a great way to pull those people in, but just posting alone, like, most people aren't going to see your post, right? But if you have an email list, let's say you build up to 500 people or 1,000 people. Every time you have anything you drop, you can blast that out to all those people, or texting. I'm big believer in like text messaging and everything, because that's like, I look at things like in a marketing standpoint, like
right.
Email open rates, yeah, they're not the greatest. You might get like 3 to 7% or something, but like text is like 80 to 90%. You know what I mean? So like text, like, hey, I got a new album, I got a new single, come check it out. You know what I mean? Like, think about what that does, what kind of damage that's going to do for your audience and the people that you're trying to sell to or whatever. And if you're not trying to sell it, you're just trying to put out your music,
right. Because they don't know if they don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So that my biggest advice, you have to learn how to market yourself. And even think about this, even if, like, let's say the artist thing doesn't work out, let's say, or you're a producer, anything in music, that talent that you have now to market, you can take any product, anything I always like to go after something I believe in. Like, I don't want to push something I don't believe in, but let's say you find a product that you believe in, or like you come up with your own. Now you have that marketing background to be able to know what to do with it. You know what I mean? So you could sell whatever you want to. Like, if artists, or let's say you need to fund your artistry, now you have something. Hey, I'm selling this, GNC freaking supplement or whatever I believe in. Like, I got pumped, you know what I'm saying? I took this like pre-sup, and I'm like, I'm doing real good. I'm getting my muscle up. I'm going to sell that, and that's going to pay for me to be able to market myself as an artist,
Right. You got to have 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 different sources of income. You know what I'm saying? You just got to constantly, multitask and maneuver. And some people it gets hard, man, wearing all those different hats and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's one thing about me, man. I don't have a team, dude. I do it all myself, and probably not the smartest thing to do in the world. I've yet to see anybody try to, work as hard as I do. Like, I've tried to bring in like interns and stuff, and most people just want the shortcut. They're like, hey, this is great, I'll help you, man, but you need to teach me how to do this. And I don't need to teach you anything. If you watch me, you will learn. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's been a tough pass for me, but yeah, that's one of my biggest downfalls is I've never hired anybody to help me with certain tasks so I can actually focus on the bigger things. It's like, dude, I literally write my own emails, send them out, answer them. You know, anything coming when I'm doing those crisp packs, right? Like that's me. Like if you get an email back and or have an issue, like that's me actually.
Right, that's not tech support. That's Wish.
No, I don't have tech support. No, it's always me.
Right.
Sometimes I might get personal. Somebody gets like a little bit like agitated or something. Like, hey, relax, brother. Yeah.
So, with that being said, dude, that's very interesting. Because I'll be honest with you, man, I had no idea. I thought you had a team behind you. Because I'm kind of in this. I'm not gonna say same boat, but I have a hard time trusting people to build a team, especially people who want to do this thing to make it happen. A lot of people think, oh yeah, no, you just got your name attached to it. It's like, nah, that's the brand. You know what I'm saying? We're a team over anything. And I try to get people to, do merch and all that. I do the merch, I do the production, I do not production, but the mixing of the vocals and stuff. Because majority of the beats I use, I get from you. I buy from Anno. Just whatever can make it the easiest. Of course, man. I love your beats, and if you have any advice for people who are trying to wear multiple hats, like, is there what's the best way to
You have to schedule it out. I was gonna say you have to schedule it out. So if you just take on things and don't have like a schedule, you're gonna be screwed. Like you're gonna be sitting there like, dude, I don't even know what to do. Like me, if I don't actually come up with a plan, I ball up. I'll literally shut everybody off, shut everything down. Because if you're like, hey, Wish, you gotta do this. Hey, oh, you gotta do this. Like you gotta interview at 3, and you gotta do this, and you gotta put some beats up on your, whatever. Then I'll just shut down. But
coming from every direction.
If I put it in my notes, you can use whatever you want. There's scheduling apps and stuff, but I'll put it in my notes and I'll say, you know what? Let's take it a day at a time. I don't have to have every single thing done tomorrow. Because if you don't write it down or even put it in there in your head that you can spread this out, you're gonna get overwhelmed. And when you get overwhelmed, most people shut down like I do. So what I do is I'll put in my notes and I'll say, all right, tomorrow, just focus on this. Like, hey, let's just focus on just uploading a beat to my beat site, right?
Okay.
And then maybe do an email blast or something. And then the next day, let's focus on text. Let's do a text blast, and let's start building a funnel for a new pack you're doing or something. You know what I mean? So that the best thing you could do is, and then start carving out time. Like, all right, I'm gonna check my emails. Let's say you have emails coming in, and like you say, you do like me. I do my own email support or whatever you want to call it, customer service. I will carve out times throughout the day to kind of check on it, right? Because if you just constantly go on your email, especially when you got people that are, that could be kind of assholes, right? And your email, so that could throw your whole day off, man. Like I could wake up at 9 in the morning and be like, I'm gonna check my email, and then some dude's like, man, you motherfucker, you should kill yourself because I didn't get my beats I paid for. And it could basically be they put in the wrong address. Like some people put .com, like .com instead of on their address on accident. It happens, right? You just missed it, and they blame you, and they get pissed off. And then my whole day is like, dude, this dude just told me to kill myself. Like, what is wrong with you, bro? And then I hit him up, and he goes, my bad. So I try to carve out time, and I try to say, I'll check emails from maybe 9 to 10, and then I'll do it later in the day or whatever. Because if you're constantly checking, man, it might throw off everything, or else you kind of let other things that you should be prioritizing throughout the day, slide. So
so have certain little sections throughout the day where you can just
you do. You have to, man. Write that shit out, man, and kind of come up with a schedule and times of the day, and especially I'm a family guy. I have a wife and I have a daughter, and I have to spend time with them too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Dang. Sorry, there's yelling in the background. I got kids over.
See that? Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Right. Oh yeah, man. Shit, family's.
My daughter's in the room right now. She's playing Roblox with one of her friends online. That's what they do now.
Heck yeah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, with management stuff, dude. I always try to manage time, especially with family nowadays, man. Because it's it seems like you don't get enough family time nowadays. You know what I mean? It's everything's.
And you have to put family first, man. And that's that's a lot of people I know, especially they came up in the ranks of the music business. they put their family aside and they're either divorced or their kids hate them and stuff. Like I would never go. I would always put my family first, man. There's anybody who tells you got to put your family to the side to make it in the music business is just full of shit. That's what they decided to do. That is not true at all. Because like myself, I've been doing music for over 20 years successfully, making it my my main income, and I love my fan. I prioritize my family to the fullest. So.
Yeah, man. Because like when you're successful in art, when you want to be in life, and you got nobody to share it with, I mean, it's kind of pointless, to be honest with you. Yeah, you're happy, but it's like, damn, it's lonely up at the top. You know what I mean?
Dude, a lot of the most miserable people I know are like the richest people. Which is funny. It's like all my super rich friends are like the most miserable. They're so negative all the time, and I'm just like really, dude? Like most people are like have a horrible life because they're so worried about paying their bills tomorrow. You know what I mean? And like
Right.
that, but you're still miserable in your life, So it's just funny. Everybody has their own shit going on,
Aside from tech, man, do you have any other like features or collaborations you got coming up that you're like super excited about?
I'm pitching a bunch of records, but like I mean to a bunch of artists
that you can talk about.
Yeah, I mean it's not that I can't talk about. It's just like I wouldn't talk about anything unless it's like 100%. You know what I mean? Those are my 100%. So I'm like, okay, but yeah, I mean, I got some big artists that like are on hold right now that I'm pitching to that like couldn't happen. But yeah, I mean, just put it this way, man. I am pitching to a lot of different people because I'm like I do all types of all different genres. I work my ass off, man. I mean, I work just as hard as I did when I was when I was like 19, 20 years old because like I never lost my hunger, man, for music. So anything that comes my way, like I'm going full blast on it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people I came up with in the ranks, man, like some don't do music anymore because they kind of like got their little fame and kind of like just stopped doing it. I've never lost that, man. I always try to be better. I'm always like, dude, I tell myself, I'm like, bro, you're not as good as you think you are. Like you need to keep working. Like, I'm constantly educating myself and working hard and trying to push myself to new limits. So
you're our worst critic, man.
Yeah.
I remember what it was, though. The question that I had was, you say you make email lists and all that stuff. Do you have a preferred site that you use to go and make those? Because I know emailing 4,000 people at a time is tedious, you know what I'm saying, and at times. And so, like, is there a way to make it easier to where just blast them all out there? Because I've always had complications with that.
I wish I only had 4,000 people. That'd be a miracle.
well, I mean, I'm saying, hypothetically, I know you're up in the
I recommend people, and this is what I did. I started with like MailChimp or I can't think of the other one. It's like MailChimp, but anyways, they give you like free accounts up to like 1,000 people or 500 people, whatever the limit is. So you're actually getting to use their service for free. And then when you get to a point, like let's say you reach your 1,000, you're at a point you have a lot of people, so you can, when you're doing a blast or whatever, you're already hitting a lot of people at once. You know what I mean? And you don't want to overdo it. Sometimes, people do get mad if you over email them. It's just sometimes it's like people don't read them or they don't open up. So it's like, I'll blast a couple days later. Like, hey, did you see this? Like, dude, do you understand? Like, I'm literally right now giving you a Lil Wayne feature. Like, I don't want you to come at me and say, oh, I never got this, So I would recommend people to get like MailChimp. I can't think of the other one. It's almost like MailChimp though, but it's basically a free service. You can have people, sign up to your email list. And then when you get to like a certain level, I think it's 1,000 people, and then you have to pay them like maybe $20 a month or something. But it's worth it if you
right.
Yeah, if you knew how much I paid a month for the amount of people on my email list, you'd be like, bro, I'm paying a house payment, dude, just for my email list.
Man, I need these kind of problems.
Yeah, it gets crazy though.
That's crazy. So where can people find your new beat pack, or not beat pack, but the beat pack with the features with Lil Wayne, Jaron Benton, if I'm not correct?
Yeah, it's Lil Wayne, Gucci Mane, Jaron Benton, and Keith Murray. So right now, if you go to beatpackage.com, we have like a week left unless it sells out. We limit ourselves to and with the artists, like, so we basically, so maybe I'll put it out there so people understand, like, you're getting to actually release a feature with these big artists on your record and put it on all platforms, just for paying the fee that we charge, which is like $197 for all those features.
Can't beat that.
But we don't do it forever. So it's like it's a limited time because we try to keep it small because, you know, some people are like, you know, oh, I don't want to have a same song with another feature, but it's like, I understand that, but you're not looking at the bigger picture. Use that feature to blow yourself up because people are going to more likely listen to you because you have that, or it's going to make your song a little bit better or whatever. But like I said, we do it a limited time. So we do have like a set like time limit we do it, or else if it sells a certain limit, and we have that deal with who we license from, the actually artists, because they're like, hey man, you can't go past this point.
Yeah, I've had
so I think we have like a week left, or you know, it probably, because it's Lil Wayne's on this one, I'm sure it's gonna, you know, it's gonna probably be
gonna
done
go
soon,
fast. Yeah, I had this one person, man, because I did that. I got, I'm pretty sure it was the first. No, because I got both Chris and Wish packs. I got the first one and the second one, and the second one I dropped, and I had a guy message me. He's like, "Yo, man," he's like, "that feature or that verse is on another song, or it's on a different beat, or this and that." I'm like, well, yeah. And they're like, well, how do you copyright? How do you this and that? And I'm like, you got to read the PDF, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you don't follow instructions. You know what I'm saying? You can get your shit copyrighted and removed instantly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and this is the thing, and so because some people do get pissed off and like, dude, like, oh, you're these aren't exclusive and shit. I'm like, bro, if this was exclusive, do you know how much you'd be paying for the Lil Wayne verse? Like, I'm gonna put out there probably 50 to 100 grand for a verse, because especially if he doesn't know you, like. If it's an artist he knows, he's going to probably do a little better. But if it's somebody that doesn't know, it's going to be way more. So what we do is we pay the upfront fee, we work out the deal, and then we allow you to. And it's just like beat leasing. When I first started beat leasing, people were like, came at me like, bro, you know, this beat has been used by multiple people. Like, dude, you're not paying $1,000 or $2,000 for this beat. You're paying $25 or $50 or whatever, you know, license you want to do. Like, you have to utilize this. If you believe in yourself and you're a good artist, you're not going to care about that. Old Town Road by Lil Nas X made his career. Everybody would agree, right? That's a licensed beat that was used by multiple people, but he made it his own and he blew up off that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's tough to explain that, and I understand why people get frustrated, because they're like, dude, what the hell? I don't want to use the same feature. But I'm like, dude, you don't understand. You are paying nothing to be able to have that name, and like, if you really like know how to utilize that, you could like get meetings, you can get all kinds of opportunities just from that. You know what I mean? Then people are going to listen to you and be like, oh shit, damn, Lil Wayne, that's great. I came to listen to Lil Wayne, but now I'm listening to you and you're actually dope. Like, I'm a fan now. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that Superior track you got with Chris, dude, that I jumped on, that I paid for the pack. I've reached over 1 million streams on it, dude, worldwide, 77 different countries.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes me happy. That's when I could say, like, I know what I'm doing is actually working. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are actually understanding the concept, and you understand the concept, and you made it work for yourself. You know, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations, man.
I appreciate that, dude. Like I said, man, there's just something that about the beats that you make, man. You just bring them home every fucking time, dude. And it's like, I hate listening to beats and you feel like, oh, there's something missing, or oh, that just that doesn't sound right. It's not EQ'd all the way. You know what I mean? And just your stuff, dude. I can't really find one that I don't really agree with. You know what I'm saying? Honestly,
I appreciate that, man.
Of course.
Because I create from the heart too, man. I'm not trying to do something, you know what I mean? Some people just try so hard that they end up either overproducing or underproducing. I'm just like, I'm gonna make something, and some people are gonna like it, some people aren't, man. But it's a painting, right? I made this painting for you to enjoy, and some people are and some people won't, but I can't take it personally. I'm just like, I put it out there for the world to listen to, right? And like, you picked it up, you're like, man, I like it. Some people might be like, dude, I hate this fucking beats, you know what I mean? I don't take that shit personally, bro, because everybody has their own taste, you know what I mean? That's what people buy into. Even as an engineer, you don't hire an engineer just because he mixes. You hire because you like his taste, the way he likes to mix, and the way he likes to do his snares and his vocals or reverbs. That's what you're buying into, the taste of that engineer, right? And that's how I feel as a producer. It's like, this is my taste, and you either like it or you don't, you know?
Right, exactly. So sometimes, you know, you could be the sweetest peach in the world, bro. Some people just don't like peaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so, but I mean, hey, to each their own, dude. So I want to thank you for your time, dude. Thank you for hopping on here with me, man. And thank you overall for what you do for, you know, the music industry and all of us upcoming artists. I'll be definitely looking forward to your next project, man. For real. So thank you again, man.
Yeah. I appreciate you having me, man, and thanks, dude. I love doing stuff like this, man. So definitely have me on again.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I got some stuff coming up here in the next couple of months and whatnot, and I'll shoot you an email. We'll see what we got going on. You know what I mean?
Okay, sounds good, man.
Awesome, dude. Well, I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good night, Bubba.
All right, you too, buddy.